Alrighty, guys, so like expected, today's been a boring day overall as the markets are awaiting the two-day Fed meeting that starts tomorrow, and obviously it's 2 days, so that means it ends on Wednesday. So the markets right now, it's about 2:45 p.m. on the East Coast. They're pretty flat. We have the Dow down 0.1%, the Nasdaq's down, actually barely down. I mean, it's pretty much at break even. The Russell's actually green. The Russell's up 0.4% as the S&P is pretty much at break even as well, and we have the VIX down barely, but it is down about 0.8%, and the metals currently, let's see here, silver's up 0.1 as we have gold down about 0.2%. So like I said, guys, this is it's a boring day like expected. Markets are awaiting the Fed meeting, and especially Wednesday, the press conference, the Q&A. That's what we're waiting for right now. And what we're noticing technically, it's a lot of the same from what I said in my other video from this morning. And by the way, if you all find value in this video, hit that like button for me. It really helps me out overall in the algorithm. And if you want to support the channel and get some free money, you might as well use those links down below. You get 15 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit, and you get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Again, all those are linked right down below. And let's just talk, guys. So right now, markets are a lot of the same from what we saw earlier in the day. We're still failing at a lower high here on SPY, and this is on the 10-day, 30-minute chart. Same thing on Triple Q. We're failing at a lower high right now. And on the intraday, you guys can clearly see on Triple Q, there's a cap resistance is right around 289, 290-ish roughly, and really in the past couple of hours, we failed at 289. Now we're in the 288s, and on SPY we have a clear resistance at about, I'd say, around 386, 387, which again on the 10-day chart puts us at a lower high and clearly shows us that the bears are still in charge. So that's a lot of the same. I mean, this is what we saw earlier today, and I suspect this will remain the same throughout the rest of today. We do have about an hour left. Power hours coming right here in about 15 minutes, and I do think things will start to get rocky tomorrow. I think more direction will start to pick, or, we're going to get more clear direction tomorrow heading into Wednesday. So not much to say on the markets today, guys. I mean, or at least in this video. Make sure to subscribe, because later in my night video, we'll break down a little bit more. We'll talk more about some news and see how the markets ended up closing. But as of now, I mean, that's pretty much it. If you all have any comments, let me know in the comments down below. And I really wanted to talk about and focus on one stock in this video, and we'll talk about some other ones more towards the end of the video. But I want to talk about Boeing, because we got some news last week that I didn't get to cover, and quite frankly, I didn't see the news till today. I mean, maybe I'm a little bit late. Sorry about that, guys, but I'm being completely honest. So Boeing right now has roughly 100 737 Maxes, their planes, one version of their planes, their plane, that was, these 100 were built, and they were ready to be shipped for Boeing to China, to customers in China. But right now, I don't know if you guys didn't know, but the U.S. and China, well, there's some rocky trade relations right now. So they haven't actually been able, Boeing, to actually send these 100 roughly planes, 736 or 737 Maxes, over to China. So now they're actually, Boeing executives came to this conclusion, and they announced it just a couple of days ago. So I guess the news is still kind of fresh. They came to the conclusion that they want to rebrand these planes, I guess strip them from whatever Chinese logo they had or whatever crap they had on there, who knows, and they're going to actually sell not all of these. I forget how many. I don't even know if they specified how many of the 100 they're actually rebranding and selling to other customers, but that's what they're doing. They're rebranding and selling to, some other customers here. So that's good for Boeing, I'd say, in the short term. Some, increased sales there. And, I think I was watching on CNBC, the guy was saying, it's going to be good for their cash flow or something like that. And I'll be the first to tell you guys, I don't know much about Boeing. I have not done I understand Boeing, what they do, in a brief sense, but looking into their financials, diving into their annual reports, really diving deep into Boeing, I've never done that. So honestly, I don't know how, really this will affect them in the short term, but take it for what it is. They're going to be, able to offload some of these planes that were built in 2017, for Pete's sakes, guys, 2018, before the fleet was even grounded. If you guys remember, so the 737 MAX, it was grounded for, I think, 2 years or maybe a little over 2 years. So, yeah, I mean, this is good news, I'd say. They're able to offload some of these planes. Now, is it going to change their business dramatically to the point where they're going to be booming in revenue now? No. I mean, it's nothing that crazy, but we'll see. We'll see how the future ends up, unfolding for Boeing, but that's just some breaking news. Planes that have just been sitting for 4 or 5 years now, some of them are finally going to get into the hands of customers, to airlines in other countries. So that is solid. That's some news here from Boeing, guys. I'm not sure if you heard about that. And again, I'm not a big Boeing lover. I'm not. This is not one of the companies that I'd put a lot of my money into. But who knows? Maybe then again, if I did a long-term, or not a long-term, but a deep dive into the company, maybe I'd change my mind. But to be honest, I think there's other opportunities for me personally, just looking at Boeing from a brief glance. But that's just me. And who knows? Maybe it will make a great investment. But overall, this company, just know, if you're buying this company now, and if you've been buying it at all in the past couple of years, you're buying into a company that's really in a transition period. I mean, they had a lot of problems, obviously, with the airlines that tragically, or the planes that tragically went down, and the company's been struggling since then. And right now, they're in a phase where they're trying to figure it out. They're trying to get through the rough period, and if you think there's a future in Boeing, which I believe there will be, but I don't know. I'm not willing to bet on the stock right now. But if you think the stock's a good value, there's a future in the company, right now might be the chance to get into it, because looking at this, it was at 450. It's down 70%. And just looking at that chart, I mean, look how much of a bubble Boeing was in. And I know it's easy to look at it in hindsight and say that, but come on. I mean, in 2016, Boeing was $130. This was in June, midway through 2016. And then in the beginning of 2019, just about 2.5 years later, the stock went from $130 to $450. I mean, that is insane. We're talking 250%, maybe even more than that. I mean, that is a big move. And now a lot of that's come out, and we're actually at levels, funny enough, that we were at before that run-up. So we're now at levels that we weren't at since 2016. Again, before we had that big run-up from 140 to 450. Right now we're at 140, guys. So if Boeing really starts getting down, maybe I do have to look deeper into it, honestly. If it starts getting down to $100, maybe under $100, I mean, this might be a very good value play. And you guys can see the lows from March 2020 were right about $89. So I say if we get near those lows, I'm going to be looking deeper into Boeing. Let's just put it that way. But overall, I just wanted to give you guys that news. Let's see how much we're in here time-wise. 8 minutes. Let's go another minute or two here. Let's see what other stocks are moving today. Not much, because, again, today's a flat day. Now, SPY's moving up a little bit, but pretty much flat. The Dow is still down a little bit, but pretty much flat. The Russell is up. But it's just a boring day overall. So today we have stocks like Shopify moving, which, looking at the chart, it's not looking that great, I'd say. If I extend this to the right, yeah, it is holding the bottom of this channel, but overall, no really serious movement above the mid-30s, which I need to see Shopify break 36 before I even consider trading it. And right now it's at 32, and my alert is clearly at $36 a share, as you guys can see. So Shopify is moving, but not too aggressively, or not as aggressively as I'd like to see it for me to trade it, right? JD's moving today. Nothing crazy. This is still in the wedge. You guys can see that. Same with Alibaba. So these Chinese stocks have really done nothing. They've been a little choppy over the past couple of months, but, well, it's really just been about a month and a half. They've been pretty choppy, but overall pretty boring for the Chinese stocks as of late. Let's see Apple. Apple's up on the day. Apple's up 1.5%. You guys can see that, but still on the 4-hour chart, it is still under the moving averages. It is still clearly, being dominated by the bears. And you all can see here stocks like Google, I mentioned this earlier, almost hit under $100 today. Didn't officially do it. What else was moving? Tesla's up on the day. Look at that. Tesla's been in a battle here between 300 to 315 as of late. It looks like the battle's starting to be, dominated by the bulls a little bit. Let me show you all this chart. If I just erase what I had and I draw this out, look at what we have. We have an ascending triangle pretty much forming here on the 4-hour time frame. And don't worry, guys, we'll end the video right after this. What we see here is now we're pushing the top of the of the pattern. We're pushing the resistance again. We're at 306, 307. We're up 1% on the day. 312, 315. That's a big resistance coming up, which has been resistance since the beginning of August. I feel like this will break. I think it will. We shall see. We're not getting the confirmation yet, but I'm going to set my alert at 315. I think if that point breaks on Tesla, we're going to get a nice leg up. Now, am I saying it's going to go all the way to what's the all-time high here with this new split? Am I saying it's going to go all the way to $415 again right away like that? No, but I think if it breaks 315, it could start gaining momentum towards, let's see some levels that we had here a couple months ago. 360, 385. These are some levels that are a bit higher from where we are now. I'd say a lot higher. But these are some targets that I do have in the short to mid term. And the very short term, I'd say about 325. Look at those points for Tesla. So with that being said, guys, I'm going to wrap the video up. If you enjoyed it, you know what to do. Hit that like button, subscribe, get your 15 stocks from Moomoo with a $100 deposit. Each of those could be up to $2,000. Just use that link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. And don't forget, you could also get 12 stocks from Webull with any amount deposited. Also linked right down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.